quick look at the Wave 2 Minicons from Transformers Robots in Disguise. From left to right here, we've got Beastbox, Velociraptor, the two Autobot ones, Ratbat, and Sandsting, which are the two new Decepticon figures. Now, we're not going to dwell too much on these. We've already reviewed them once, and they're pretty simple gimmicks. They can, of course, fit in their respective launchers on each side and be launched from them. And same with any of these guys on Fracture. Find his lever here. So yeah, they work. Also, somebody pointed out to me, actually more than one person pointed out to me, Fracture does in fact have a little tab here on his arm that you can attach a second Minicon to. I guess he has to go on this way. But he can wear a second Minicon as on top of the one attached over here. I was hoping maybe, once somebody pointed that out to me, I was hoping maybe that Drift's rear view mirrors here would work the same way, but they do not. But the shoulder pad kind of blocks things from attaching, and the tab itself doesn't actually fit, and so they don't really hang on there. So there's no way to attach them to Drift himself in robot mode, which kind of makes sense because in car mode that would, well, actually maybe it wouldn't. I guess it would plugged in right there, but it would look really weird in car mode, whereas Fracture can carry one on the side in bot mode and vehicle mode. He's designed in a way that doesn't cause any clearance issues. And the transformations are pretty basic, just like before. Here's Beastbox. He, of course, turns into a monkey. We got a couple of guys switching sides. Air Razor's a Decepticon, and Beastbox is an Autobot. Oh, well. But, you just kind of bring his arms in. Instead of pulling him out like you did on Slipstream and Jetstorm, you kind of rotate him forward. And that rotates his body back, brings his arms forward, and you can see reveals his face from behind that kind of trap jaw looking lower jaw there. And then you can flip his arms forward. Velociraptor transforms pretty much the same as Sawback. You just kind of grab his, where's his tail? Should just flip out. There we go. Just grab his tail, flip him out. He's a little dinosaur. Sandsting's pretty cool. You just kind of lift up on his tail. That spreads his claws, slides his legs out. Now he's a scorpion, and there's a little bit of articulation in his tail there, if you want to use it. And again, Ratbat 2 also has a pretty nifty transformation in that you kind of pull him, and his body rotates up, and then as you rotate it down, it spreads his wings and pulls the tips in. And there he's a little bat. And it's cool is he's actually got little bat feet back here. He's actually kind of designed to be a bat. You can have him kind of stand like that. You can flip these flat if you want to have him displayed as kind of somehow a standing bat. He just looks like a triangle, he looks like a Stargate or something. But yeah, I like his little bat body. It's cute. So yeah, and then they all, of course, come with their armor pieces. They are clear plastic, so be careful with them. Beastbox gets a couple kind of punching gloves here. They go on either side. Some chest armor. Which side does this go on? There we go. Like this? Oh no, like this. There we go. Oh no, this is right. This is right. It goes on, plugs in like that, and sits under the gun. Under the gun. There you go. See, when you line it up properly, it goes on. Idiot. There we go. And then a little tab that goes onto his back here. Not sure what the function of that spire is, but it goes on his back. He gets a cool little, like the other two Autobots, at least humanoid Autobots, he gets a little face. Well, I guess they all have face plates, but gets a little kind of night mask. And then a couple little additional firepower pieces that attach to his the end of his guns up here. I don't know why that one goes on so easy. And this one, there we go. Yeah, they slide on over his guns. And there he is all armored up. So the Autobot guys, I think, look pretty cool when they're all armored up. At least the Autobot Vaguely Humanoid Beast Box and Slipstream and Jetstorm all look great when they're all armored up like that. Velociraptor comes with a mask, and like this little jaw piece is already cracked because the mask for him, you can see it just cracked right there. It doesn't fit on him very well. It doesn't stay even before it cracked, and it didn't seem to be able to fold up inside like all the other ones could. So a little disappointing that it cracked, but honestly, it's not essential to build the shark, which we'll get to in a minute. And it really wasn't all that great of a piece to begin with, so I'm not really upset about that. I'll probably never display him with it on. So just be careful. And he's got these little arm pieces here that go on either side here. He's got this little piece. It goes on like this, a little claw piece. Oh, no, it goes on like this. Little claw piece that goes on one side. And then a gun that goes on the other. A little double-barreled gun there. Yeah. And these pieces don't want to stay in very well. Putting on one will usually cause you to squeeze the other one off. And the tabs on them just aren't really deep enough to hold very well. You can get them to stay on, but they're not secure. And then he gets a couple, case in point, he gets a couple of these little feet guns that go on down here. Like I said, there's a few that I would leave armor pieces on. For the most part, the novelty of these armor pieces is that you can build little animals out of them. And also, maybe just to some degree, like I said, a couple of pieces on each figure are neat, but they all kind of have a feel of somebody started sticking stuff to them and then just didn't stop. Because like Ratbat has a little gun. Okay, back-mounted gun for Ratbat. I'm down with that. And then we've got these weird, again, these are shark pieces, so I guess it's a little more forgivable. But these little armor pieces clip on. I swear I was doing this right. There we go, like that. They tab on right here. And then there's this underbelly gun here that clips on. There's a couple little notches here on his underside that this clips on to. So now he's got like a blade he can fly and stab you with. And then his feet get little protective Energon covers here. Come on, go on. Like that. And then he gets a couple like little, I don't know, feathery fire pieces that plug in on each side like this. So yeah, the bat gun's kind of cool. The rest of it seems extraneous. And then Sandsting, he gets a couple of these weapons, and these only go on one side. There's like a half circle peg on the guns, or these little machete chop things. So now granted, these can be held by other characters if you don't want to leave them on here. And then he gets a tail gun with some weird bubbly grape looking design. I think it's supposed to represent frothing poison, but it just looks weird. And then these little pieces, again, more frothy grape poison designs, go on the underside of the kind of, I guess, the elbow. Excuse me. And then he gets a face mask, which is kind of cool. And then he gets a couple little claw shield things that you can see are clearly two halves of the shark's head. So yeah, they're all armored up. And again, there's a little Energon shark. I meant to grab the Energon little lion from the first one, and from the first wave, and I just didn't get him, I guess, because he's not in my bag. I thought I had grabbed him, but apparently not, because he is not there. Or he fell out on the way to work, which I hope not, but the shark's cooler anyway. And then you take these two pieces off of Ratbat, And then from Velociraptor, you take this piece and this piece, the two little side pieces there, and then off of Beast Box, take these two gun pieces. And once you have those pieces together, you take the tail section with this little detail part down, and you can plug that into either half of the blue piece, just like that. Take this fin piece, and it plugs in right here. And then you take the other blue piece here and sandwich those together between them. Again, making sure everything tabs together properly. And then each little fin slides onto those little nubs on either side of the body, like that. And then you just plug one half of the shark head in over here, match it up with the one on the other side, and then you get a little Energon shark. Which, honestly, like, I like Beast Box. Rat Bat's kind of cool. Actually, the two Decepticon ones I like a little bit more this time around. I do like Beast Box. He's pretty cool. But I really want to get to Wave 2. Once I had the deployers in Wave 1, I'm like, okay, I get what this gimmick's about. I didn't really need to buy any more. But I did want a little Energon shark. And the tail does have a little bit of range of movement in it. You can angle it up, angle it down. But other than that, he's pretty much unposable. But cool little Energon shark. Anyway, so that's Wave 2 of the Minicon deployers. I guess the actual Minicons from Robots in Disguise. Also, I want to thank the Sigil from Twitter. Picked these up for me and mailed them out. Found them when he was out shopping and nabbed me a set. So thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Because I have not seen these locally anywhere yet. So thanks. And again, there's Wave 2 of the Minicons.